Well, okay. This is a very short peer review period. It actually ends Thursday night. Theoretically, you turned in your essay last night, and I need you to get all your material done and your reviews done by Thursday night. Um, and then you turn in your essay again as a revised version on the following Monday night. Okay. So with that in mind, I'd like for you to be thinking about the rubric, the grading rubric. As you're doing the reviews, look over the grading rubric and see if you think your peers have accomplished the essence of the grading rubric. Okay. And then also, please look at the examples I provided. And the bar is set very high for this project. It's a hard project, I understand that. And as you're doing the reviews, please compare the rubric to what you're looking at as your peers, and then please compare the examples to what you're looking at. And at the same time, please be thinking about your own essay, all right? This is a metacognitive skill. Peer review causes you to actually think about your own writing as you're breaking down somebody else's writing. You're constantly thinking, oh, okay, how am I doing in comparison to this? So you're learning something about writing by doing the reviews, and thus you're learning something about your own writing while doing the reviews. So sometimes it's not so much the feedback you get from your peers, but it's the feedback you give that causes you to write a better essay. Remember I said this is a difficult assignment, all right? I do not want you repeating what the blog or the web page says. I already know what it says. I can look at it myself. What I want to know is how it works, okay? I want you to show the skills that you can, analytical skills that you can break something down, look at its component parts, analyze them, all right, say how they work, and put them back together, all right? And there are examples. There is the rubric, right? And this is a critical thinking skill, a very useful skill throughout the rest of your life, particularly in the business professional world, right? Where you're going to be engaged in tasks all the time, where you have to break them down to their component parts, right, and say what they mean. Because nobody can teach you that, all right? You have to be learning for yourself what the meaning of the different kinds of issues are that you encounter, be they verbal, be they visual, uh, be they just any kind of multimedia type of a situation where you need to look at it and say, okay, what is going on here? What's actually happening? Okay, not just the surface, the immediate thing, right? But look down into it, right? It's like looking down into the pond. You know, the bugs and stuff are on the top, but how about the really interesting fish and the really interesting stuff at the bottom, like Frodo's Lord of the Ring thing? Okay, down there at the bottom. All right. So that's what critical thinking is. It's pushing your way down and looking at things step by step, piece by piece, and looking at the meaning there. All right, the meaning at that level. So good luck with the project. Make sure you do all the peer reviews. You're not responsible for anybody to turn theirs in late, but you are responsible for doing all the ones that are there on time. Okay. So if you have questions, let me know. But I think this is pretty straightforward. Peer review causes you to become a better writer. Theoretically, you'll also revise your own paper with everything you've learned in mind, okay, for a better grade. So hey, hope this is a little bit helpful.